Okay. Let me just make sure everything is good with the sound. Let me make sure everything is Gucci with the sound. We have a couple dope stories to talk about tonight. Appreciate everybody for tapping
Make
in
sure everything.
live. Okay. Everything's Gucci on this end. Cool. A lot of crazy shit going on with the internet right now, man. A lot of people speaking up for themselves. A few weeks back, maybe a month back, Wack 100 had come at Bobby Shmurda. Wack 100 actually came at Bobby Shmurda, and he was pretty much telling us what to like. That's how I kind of felt, man. That's how I kind of felt. Moody, what's going on, bro? Salute. Wednesday. That's right. It's Wednesday. We're going live because there's a couple things we got to talk about. Young generation. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Couple different things we got to talk about tonight, man. Couple different topics we got to speak on, man. I'm excited to speak with y'all tonight. Definitely excited to be in here tonight with everybody. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight, man. Doggie Diamonds and Wack 100 actually went at it. It's kind of crazy, but it's dope to see somebody like Doggie Diamonds sticking up for New York City, because I was really wondering, what was going on with that. Like, I was wondering who was going to stick up for this, this situation, when we got this guy from the West Coast pretty much telling us who to like, you know what I mean? Who to listen to, who to be, in tune with and shit like that. That's something I really wasn't feeling, man. It's really something. YouTube hustle. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. SFC. What is that, man? SFC. What is that? San Francisco or something, bro? Let me know. Hulk Strong is in the building. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. And we got to talk about Calboy, man. Calboy went in on DaBaby over this new album. You know what I'm saying? He went in on him over this new album. Basically, Calboy, I guess, is not feeling DaBaby for working with NBA Youngboy after, plugging his cousin so heavily. You know what I mean? Basically, DaBaby made a statement. We all were talking about it yesterday. And DaBaby's statement actually, it was kind of crazy. Dude was dissing OTF, saying that OTF didn't have their shit together. We'll get into all that in a little bit, man. I'm about to roll something up for myself, man. Got to roll a little something up, man. Got a couple different kinds of bud actually tonight to roll up, old school style. You know what I'm saying? Old school shit going on here. Appreciate everybody. What up, Land Hustle? Land Hustle TV in the building. But yeah, this whole thing with Calboy is really crazy to me. That's really one of the topics I want to speak on tonight heavily. Calboy put up a message. He actually did a whole IG video and shit like that. The whole Doggy Diamond situation with Wack 100, that was quite the conversation back and forth between them two guys. So that's pretty much what we're going to be talking about tonight. About to roll something up. Though, man. Hell yeah, man. San Francisco's in the building. That's what's up. Definitely appreciate San Francisco on the tap in tonight. Definitely appreciate San Francisco on the tap in tonight. Land Hustle TV is in the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We got to talk about Calboy, man. We got to talk about Calboy, who took it all the way back. You know what I mean? He really took it all the way back on the baby in this whole thing that's going on right now. You know, when the baby used to be known as the baby Jesus, and the baby was running around in diapers. He actually took it back to that, you guys. What up, what up, what up, what up? Jersey on the tap in. Salute to Jersey. Major salute to Jersey tapping in tonight. Appreciate you, bro. I'm rolling up right now. About to put a Dutch in the air. You know what I'm saying? I finished all my raw papers, so now I'm about to put a Dutch in the air. Hell yeah, man. But we got some shit to talk about tonight, man. We've got some topics to speak on. Hope everybody enjoying their day. I hope everybody is rolling up right now as well. I'm about to put some weed in my Dutch so we can get this show started, man. We got some controversial topics to speak on tonight. We got some arguments to speak on tonight, you guys. I'm excited. I'm not going to lie. I'm excited to speak on tonight's topics because I was here, saying my piece about Bobby Shmurda a few weeks back. You know what I mean? I was here speaking about how we shouldn't let somebody else tell us what to like. What is that cold sun? I'm about to look that up, bro. I'm about to look that up, see what's popping with it. A game silver. Game silver, man. Young generation. Well, we're going to talk about all that tonight because Calboy actually brought up his past, man. Yep. Calboy actually brought up his past of running all over South by Southwest. You know what I'm saying? Running all over South by Southwest with a diaper on. This dude was actually running around with a diaper, you guys. I saw it. I actually witnessed it in real life. So what can you say? What can you say? South by Southwest is a different territory, y'all. South by Southwest is a different vibe, you know? If anybody in the chat has been in South by Southwest, just let me know. If anybody in the chat has actually been to South by Southwest, just let me know, you guys. Because it's a lit environment. And let me send a major shout out to Land Hustle TV. That's right. Major salute to Land Hustle TV for sending in a $5 super sticker. Yo, that's appreciated more than you know, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's appreciated more than you know. You show me that the people out there actually give a damn. You know what I mean? Tonight we're talking about King Von's cousin, Calboy, who I've been familiar with for a little bit. Calboy has actually done records with NBA YoungBoy. Calboy, I'm not sure if he's actually worked with Quando Rondo. You know what I mean? But Calboy has records in the past with NBA YoungBoy. Now he says he would not release a record with NBA YoungBoy or whatever. Now he's going at the baby, literally putting up messages dissing the baby. It's crazy because yesterday we heard Mimo 600 come at the baby, putting up a post where he basically said, he said, can't blame the baby. He thought the man was going to save his career. Now, when we're talking about Mimo 600 and we're talking about Calboy, these artists are at a bit of a different level. You know what I mean? Calboy has a little bit more clout in the industry, and I'm not trying to, I'm using it in a term of, what level he's at. He's a little bit further, you know what I mean? Calboy, he has a lot of videos in comparison to what I've seen from Mimo 600, but they're both going at the baby now. It's kind of nuts to me, man. Some of these posts that Calboy said about the baby, it's like, wow, man, you should know what type of dude the baby is, man. But honestly, Calboy wants to go up to that level. You know, Calboy is at a certain point. He's at a certain point, you guys, but he's not at the point that the baby is at. He's certainly not at the point that the baby is at, you guys. But that's what artists pretty much do when they're not at that point. They start going at the artist to get to that level. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know what I mean? Sometimes it works in some situations. 50 Cent and Ja Rule. You know what I mean? But in this whole situation that we're watching right here with guys like Mimo 600 dissing Chief Keef, bringing up embarrassing stories from the past, when we're talking about, when we're talking about shit like Quando Rondo coming on NBA Youngboy's album, actually trying to diss, trying to freaking diss his old, the dude who is in the ground, King Von, is distasteful and it's corny. Land Hustle says beef sells. Beef sells, but also beef will get your album taken off of Apple. You know what I mean? That's exactly what NBA Youngboy said. He said Apple was hating on Quando Rondo and Lil Tim. You know what I mean? Block Campbell, what's popping with you, bro? Appreciate you for tapping into the live tonight, man. He said that's some Austin, Texas shit. It breaks artists. Yeah, I've been to a few different South by Southwest events, man. They're dope events. You're able to interact with mad different people. You're able to actually go to a bunch of different shows and pretty much meet artists that you wouldn't necessarily have been around. Like I told you guys when I went there, I was meeting all types of people. Like I built a relation with Little Scrappy and their dudes. I actually met B.O.B. You know what I'm saying? DJ Smalls was out there. It was a pretty lit situation. What up? It's Bama 101. I appreciate you for tapping in tonight, man. Well, Block Campbell, I actually just did my first official interview on Clubhouse a few nights ago. Yeah, I jumped on the Clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? I jumped on Clubhouse and I wanted to just get my feet wet. You know what I mean? Oh, there we go, y'all. There we go. Block says that's how the baby blew up from South by Southwest with when Pampers. Well, that's not exactly how he blew up, bro. That's not exactly how the baby blew up, in all honesty, man. The baby did not really blow up when he was doing that big baby Jesus gimmick. That's not when the baby blew up, He was actually having a little bit of trouble at that point of his career, actually getting attention, in all honesty. We saw what was going on in the baby's career at that point. The baby had actually done an interview with Rollo. They had both done an interview, and Rollo was more popping at the time. So the interview was more triggered towards Rollo. You know what I mean? Nobody really gave a damn about how decent of a rapper or good of a rapper the baby was. They cared a few months later, maybe a year later, he dropped the Jesus from his name. He kept rocking as the baby, you guys. So the baby in his situation, he just kept at it. He even paid for some features, you know what I mean, that actually worked out. Why? Because he could stand alongside those features. I think one of the joints that he paid for was, if I'm not mistaken, I think one of the joints that he did was with Offset, and he did the right features, you guys. Then he got into that whole situation that kind of made his name jump. You know what I mean? Made his name jump at you, or make you jump into wanting to know what his story was when he got into that whole situation at the Walmart, which is brought up by Calboy. No Limit, No Limit Records. New No Limit, right? Yep, the Walmart. Yep, the Walmart whole situation. NBA takes care of his homies. That's why he's yeah, NBA Youngboy is a good dude. You can't deny that, man. I really just don't like his what he's doing right now when it comes to actually, you know, I don't really like what he's doing right now when it comes to actually dissing these dudes. And I think Calboy actually addressed that, coming out and doing records to get streams and to get clout. You know what I'm saying? He's doing all this shit to get clout. And when in reality, I don't think NBA Youngboy was actually the dude who needed to do that to get clout. Everybody was watching his music and his videos just for the pure sake of being an NBA Youngboy fan. Him actually dissing these other guys is like not something that a lot of the other fans are feeling. It's making fans have to choose. It's making the fans have to choose, and we as the fan don't want to feel like we have to choose. It was cool back then. You know what I mean? It was kind of cool when we got to choose between 50 Cent and Ja Rule. You know what I mean? But once it became another thing, it was like, okay, now we got to choose between 50 Cent and the game. Like, you got to be shitting me. So now I can't tell all my friends that I'm a game fan or whatever. All different types of shit like that comes into it when you put in the option of choosing people, man. It's just, and at the end of the day, it's not the cool thing to do in the industry. And then it limits you to what you can do in the industry. You know what I mean? Like, imagine, some of the records that some of these artists could make if they weren't, stuck. You know what I mean? If they weren't stuck because of the fact that they have problems with the other artist, or their friend has a problem with the artist, or somebody else in their label has a problem, whatever the hell it is, you know, like things like that hold artists back. We don't see enough collaboration going on out there right now. There's artists that we would love to see collaborate that we're just never going to see collaborate. And I don't want to list any right now because I'm, off the top of my head. It's not like I had this in the notes or anything like that. That's a topic for another day, you guys. I meant Little Dirk in Tennessee when they was doing the video Broadway Girls. That's what's up, man. Yeah, Dirk is a real good dude, man. I'll tell you, I actually connected with Dirk a few times. I actually interviewed Dirk earlier on in his career, man. Yeah. Run the likes up, y'all. Hit the like button. Share this video. We're really just getting started tonight. We're really just getting started tonight, man. It's gonna be a dope live tonight. We got a couple things to address. Doggie Diamonds put Wack 100 in his place, man. I was wondering who was gonna stand up for New York City, y'all. I was wondering who was gonna stand up for Bobby Shmurda, because we're gonna go over it tonight, man. Wack 100 was doing a little bit of violating. Wack 100 was going after the beloved Bobby Shmurda. And when you go after one of New York's own, man, it's like it's going to come with a little bit of retaliation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people from New York weren't jacking how Wack 100 was saying Bobby wouldn't have the respect of the people if he had been dancing prior to his incarceration. People from New York weren't jacking the fact that he was telling us who to like. You know what I mean? Wack 100 going all over Clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much telling everyone, New York, Jersey, even Connecticut, that's where I am, you guys, telling us that we should not put on for Bobby Shmurda. You know what I'm saying? What else is Wack going to do? Come on the internet and what was he going to do? Tell us we can't listen to 50 Cent? Is that what Wack 100 was going to do? Y'all can't listen to 50 Cent, man. I have a contract with Murder Inc. So y'all shouldn't listen to 50 Cent. And we know that Wack has a contract with 6ix9ine. So that's why there's nothing negative coming out of Wack's mouth about 6ix9ine. That's 100% facts. And this is what Doggie put right in his face. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really glad that somebody with the clout, you know what I'm saying, with the notoriety of Doggie Diamonds could actually do this, y'all. I'm being real. And when they talk about, calling people bitches and stuff like that and saying it could be detrimental to your career, which is what Doggie Diamonds asked Wack 100 in their conversation, look at the facts of that. Wack 100 was literally just on Drink Champs. Drink Champs has had Doggie Diamonds on the show before. If you guys haven't seen that interview, I suggest you go check it out. It's a gem. Wack 100, obviously, I mean, most anybody has seen that interview on the internet, whether you saw the thumbnail or you watched the interview or you saw it during its premiere. So you got to know a thing or two about Doggie Diamonds if you don't see his various live videos on the internet where he has thousands of live viewers and followers and people that pay attention to his content. Hell, I think Doggie had posted a text with him and Nori where Nori told him that Doggie's fans were like Lil Wayne fans. I mean, shit. If somebody says, Mikey T, why are you speaking on this? Doggie Diamonds and Emrek were the first people that actually some of the first dudes who actually showed me love in the game, putting my interview with, of all people, Freaky Zeke. Yeah, Doggie Diamonds, Emrek posted a piece of my interview with Freaky Zeke on Forbes DVD back in the day. That's how I know, that's how long I've been following Forbes DVD, since all the way back in 2009, you guys. So I know how credible a source Doggie Diamonds is, and his name has grown drastically since then. Obviously, since I just mentioned he was on Drink Champs, you know what I mean? To be an interview guy who gets a joint on Drink Champs, it says something about you. You know what I mean? So pay some respect to the man. And this whole situation with Wack 100, it's crazy, you guys. We're going to go over the whole thing tonight, but I just wanted to point that out there because when it comes to careers, when it comes to people that are interested in your careers, look at what's going on. We all saw Drink Champs this past week. Nori looked a little bit annoyed with Wack 100. He did. I'm just calling a spade a spade. He looked annoyed with Wack 100. The way Wack 100 was taking conversations, the way that he tried to chime in, the way that he tried to make it seem like his house. And I know they have the saying that this is your show when you're on Drink Champs. You know what I mean? Any real host should kind of feel like that when they have a show and they bring a guest on, because it's all about it's all about being hospitable. You know what I mean? It's all about being good, open with your guests and shit like that. So Wack 100 just took it a little bit far, you guys. But we're going to get into it all tonight, man, because I watched the interview. I saw the looks that were given. Hell, there was even one point of the interview where Game had said, I don't agree with anything that Wack 100 does. Joel says, Wack is a fake Dame Dash. Well, I mean, we're going to get into that in a little bit because I want to talk about the whole thing with Suge Knight. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing with Suge Knight as well. George McCarthy says, was DJ Doggie Diamonds ever a DJ in Philly at one point? Well, I've never referred to Doggie Diamonds as DJ Doggie Diamonds, but he's actually a Brooklyn dude, and he goes as far back as Biggie Smalls, though, man. But I suggest, George, if you have not subscribed to Doggie Diamonds, that you do. It's Doggie Diamonds TV. Lakewood, New Jersey, appreciate you for tapping in, man. Appreciate you for tapping in. But tonight we got a couple different topics to speak on because, y'all, Doggie Diamonds shut Wack 100 down. He shut him down. He brought up the shit of Wack always exposing people's paperwork. I'm going to get more in depth with it. I mean, hell, Wack even tried to put Pooh Shiesty on the spot a little bit earlier this week or last week. Wack tried to put Pooh Shiesty on the spot, knowing damn well that he deals with 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where a lot of people are pulling Wack 100's card. It's like some people in that live were saying, yo, I felt you, Wack. I was messing with you, Wack, when you had your altercation with Stitches. You know, they were messing with Wack 100 when he was standing tall in that regard. Right now, people are looking at him like a bootleg version of Jerry Springer. You know what I mean? The way he's bringing people on his show, the way he's trying to expose people, the way that he's creating controversy. And then when you actually have a conversation with the man, he's like, oh, what controversy did I bring up? Oh, what did I do to stir this up? Like, he puts you on the spot to actually tell him, like, we haven't watched over 100 videos of him just talking about this person, talking about the next person. It's like, do you not watch your videos back? You know, but I know a lot of people are different, y'all. What up, DJ? What up, DJ NJ? Appreciate you for tapping in. Eddie, what's up? AC, New Jersey. Gotcha, Mikey T. Yeah, that's right. It's Doggie Diamonds TV. Joseph says, Wack says everybody is a rat but him. What happened when he was 12? Block says, say, Mikey T, Wack is going to try to come for you next, but I'm glad you're putting out the truth. Well, man, when I heard this joint with Doggie Diamonds actually stepping up to Wack, I was like, pretty much like, yo, finally, somebody actually stood up to Wack 100, you know, because Bobby Shmurda kind of shut him down on the Adam 22 show, the the No Jumper podcast. Bobby had shut him down saying, I just made $1 million. I don't want to talk about Wack 100. You know what I mean? And I don't think a lot of people out there were thinking, okay, Bobby Shmurda he's doing his Ja Rule right now. He's doing his Ja Rule, living it up right now. He might be out the stratosphere right now as far as popularity goes. But it's good to see that when somebody tries to bring him down, like Wack said some messed up shit about Bobby Shmurda. I got some of it here because we had gone over it in a previous video. But Wack said some pretty messed up stuff about Bobby Shmurda just because he was dancing. You know what I mean? But he also said some things along the lines like Wack said he only had one song. I think he effed up. He should have dropped when he got out. And as I told you guys, and as we all know, Bobby Shmurda actually released a freestyle followed by a song with Rowdy Rebel and Quavo, which is called Shmoney. Wack contends, though, that he might have waited too long. I think he is going to go double wood. And on top of that, he's losing the streaks with all that funny dance shit he is doing. And the game even went on Drink Champs and sort of tried to co-sign Wack 100's dancing theories. Please share this video, everybody. Share this video and drop a like on it. The game also kind of tried to justify Wack 100's dancing theories, saying that gangsters boogie. You know what I mean? When it comes to that, you know, the game pretty much stamped it. You know what I mean? A lot of people do say that, boogie, whatever. You can do that, man, but you don't need to dance. 25-year-old dude or however the hell old Bobby Shmurda is, nobody needs to be made fun of because they're dancing, especially if they're dancing on a platform with millions of people able to see them. That shit is inspiring, to be honest with you, to see Bobby Shmurda dance like that. Like, are you kidding me right now? That shit is actually kind of inspiring. You know what I'm saying? It kind of reminds me of the time when I was hanging out with Mace. You know what I mean? I came a little bit out of my comfort zone and I was dancing a little bit. You know what I mean? When you get an opportunity for an artist to take you out of your zone and put you into another reality, that's what makes an artist, if we're being 100% real. You know what I'm saying? But also, I guess what makes a blogger is somebody that goes, or a critic is somebody that goes on the internet and just complains all the time. I think Wack is getting that twisted a little bit with what a critic is and what a blogger is, you know? Yeah, Doggie Diamonds is a bad mother. When it comes to podcasting, people need to hear Doggie Diamonds TV. Yeah, he does his thing, man. He does his thing. Appreciate all the subscribers. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe right now. You know what I'm saying? But we pretty much do this every night. You know what I mean? Live videos, news. Just so happens today, Doggie Diamonds is putting all that shit that we know about Wack 100, put it up in a pot, and he's putting it right in front of Wack 100's face. We haven't heard somebody really come at Wack like this because academics isn't going to do that. Academics isn't going to put all the facts right in Wack 100's face, you guys. Block says what he went through, I would dance too. But Wack says though, you know, he wasn't dancing like that before he went to jail. He wouldn't have had the street credibility if he was moving like that. These are all the things that Wack 100 was saying about Bobby Shmurda. He said, I don't know what it's about. Maybe it's a way of getting people to talk about him, you know? But in all honesty, let's address that. You know, he wasn't dancing like that before he went to jail. Wack 100 wants to say Bobby Shmurda wasn't dancing like that before he went to jail, you guys. That right there is a big thing to speak on. Before Bobby Shmurda went to jail, he didn't have a fraction of the money that he has right now. In reality, Bobby Shmurda did not have a fraction of the money that he has right now. If you look at the clothes he's wearing, don't just look at the videos. Wack, look at the clothes. The man is wearing True Religion, or he's wearing some style of clothing. It's whatever. Look what he's wearing now. When you're in that type of clothing, it's going to make you want to dance, man. I know. I know. I just know. You go and you buy a Tommy Hilfiger hoodie that costs like $40 or whatever. You go buy a hoodie from Polo, $65, $75 joint. You put that shit on, you feel a whole type of way different. Like, that's just the reality of it, man. Bobby Shmurda should not be made fun of because he's dancing. The dude's wearing shoes. The dude is wearing all types of clothing that makes you feel so damn good. Like, people want to make fun of others for spending money on clothes and shit like that. When you put the clothes on, that shit feels good as hell. It feels better than a pair of Arizona jeans or a Carhartt jacket. You know what I'm saying? And no diss to any of those brands if you want to come in and mess with me, man, because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? It's Bama, bro. I'm always live, bro. Oh, yeah, Bam. I do remember that live, bro. But we've been going live pretty much all the right way since then, man. Yeah. Polo is some good shit right now. Share this video, man. We're about to get into it. We got 100 people in here. I need y'all to hit that like button, and we're going to get started. I need y'all to hit that like button, and we're going to get started. Share this video to all your friends. When I say share this video, I mean put it on social media. Throw it on your IG story. Throw it on your Facebook if that's what you use. Throw it on your Twitter if that's what you use, guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit that notification bell. I see Bama saying he didn't get the notification really for some of my live streams. If you've missed any of my live streams, just hit the notification bell and that should take care of it, man. We've been going live with different news about every night of the week. And tonight I wanted to come on and speak about Doggie Diamonds, Wack 100, Calboy, that's right. Really dope artist. We're going to speak about Calboy calling out the baby for wearing them Pampers. The baby had to know this was going to come back to haunt him, you guys. The baby had to know. I mean, shit. I'm just glad nobody knows that I actually did that shit a year before the baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad I tried the whole shit. It didn't work out for me nearly half as good as it worked out for the baby. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know, some people just got it and some people just don't got it. You know, I'm just messing with y'all. I never did no shit like that, but I was actually there. I saw the baby and them all walking around promoting themselves. You know what I'm saying? I was there. I went to a few South by Southwest's, man. I'm not going to put up any type of images or any, I don't do that, man. This is purely a show where I come on here and I give y'all my opinion. But I witnessed the baby there with all the signs in the pamper, all types of shit. And you would have had to think that, with the way the world was, maybe it was a little bit different back then. But you had to think with the way that the world was that you would come to regret that in the future, you guys. And now we got Calboy actually going in. We got Calboy going in, you guys. I want to know that I'm going to put up a poll. I want to know what topic is going to be first. I'm asking the community. I want to know. I want everybody to vote in the poll. It's the first poll of the night, you guys. I want to know, what joint do you guys want me to do first? What is going to be the first topic of the night, you guys? Do you guys want to do Calboy going at the baby? Or do you guys want to hear about Doggie Diamonds sunning Wack 100? Everybody vote in the poll right now. I'm going to finish rolling up. You guys. Hope y'all is getting twisted up, man, because we got a dope show for tonight. We got a electric show for tonight, you guys. Definitely appreciate everybody tapping in. I'm the host, Mikey T, the movie star. Baby's a legend. Yeah. Yeah, I saw what Crazy Steve Will Do It did. Steve Will Do It. Y'all need to hit up Steve Will Do It. Tell him to come on my channel. Be like, yo, Steve Will Do It. Everybody vote. It's still 50-50. I want to know, what do you guys want as the first topic of the night? Are we doing Doggie Diamonds, Sun and Wack 100? Because, he said some shit to Wack 100 about 6ix9ine that nobody else said, you guys. He said some shit that nobody else said, man. And I got to give him credit for that, man, because I've been waiting. Man. I've been waiting for somebody to step up. You know what I'm saying? For somebody to step up and let this dude know about some of the whack decisions he's, it's kind of like when Doggie did it, it kind of reminded me of like how you would have a friend who's in the studio and he just keeps on putting out this music that's not really connecting. And it's like, are you going to be a real dude? Are you going to be a real G? Are you going to be like somebody that's giving real advice? Or are you just going to bullshit him? Are you just going to be the guy to keep on sugarcoating? Yeah, that shit's good. Let's go get a couple burgers though. Yo, that shit is lit. Let's go get some Bel Air Rosé, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get some Bel Air Rosé. That shit was lit, man. Are you going to be the guy that's going to continuously bullshit your friend? Or are you going to be the type of guy like what Doggie Diamonds actually did today or yesterday with Wack 100 and tell him about the bullshit? He said some very, very compelling things to Wack 100. He really doesn't know who's, not checking Wack 100 for some of the stupid shit that he's doing. And obviously nobody's doing it. I mean, we saw a little bit of Master P doing it, you know what I mean? But many people are just deciding they don't want to address Wack 100, like Bobby Shmurda. Bobby went on the No Jumper podcast and he said he didn't want to talk about it. Shout out to Bel Air Blue, man. I'm waiting for my endorsement, by the way. Y'all need the Bel Air blogger. Wack 100's response to Game's butterfly tattoo was, yeah, he's lucky social media wasn't popping like that back then. What? That's supposed to be your man's. Well, he kind of said social media wasn't popping like that back then when it was brought up about the Game's tattoo. The Game's tattoo is not like the baby wearing the pamper. You know what I mean? Since we gotta, go there with it. You know what I mean? Because shit, the baby, looking at that, it's like, okay, this is a genius thing. I'm going to do this thing. Everybody's going to remember it. I'm going to literally probably make at least a couple hundred fans. That was the goal that the baby had at that point. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I say, even with all this criticism the baby has faced, the baby still is good because he kept a major fraction of those fans. He kept a major fraction of those fans by actually just making it. You know what I mean? He didn't have all those fans in the past. So even if half the industry and so many different people shut the baby out, he still has a major fan base. And we saw that this week when 25 or 30,000 people are tuning up to buy his new album with NBA Youngboy. So he's obviously doing something right, you guys. He's obviously doing something right, even if the sales were well below expectations. I think everybody thought that album with NBA Youngboy and the baby was gonna skyrocket. I think people thought it was gonna be comparable to what Little Durk did with Little Baby. And that album, I believe it must be platinum by now. If somebody can get me some official sales, last sales I saw was about 7 or 8 months ago, and it was 650,000, nearing 700,000. So I would assume in the last 6 months it's moved another 300,000. Finch Bar, he's in the building tonight. Young Generation says Pamper. Yeah, the Pamper shit's embarrassing. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The Pamper shit is mad embarrassing. So it looks like the people have spoken. I'm going to give y'all another minute to vote if you want to determine which topic we start with. If you want to start with Calboy and NBA Youngboy and DaBaby and King Von, rest in peace, vote for that one in the poll. Or if you want to start with Doggie Diamonds and Wack 100, hit that one in the poll. Right now, everybody vote. I'm about to roll up, and then we're going to get started with the first topic of the night, you guys. The first topic of the night. All right, y'all. This is the last chance to vote in the poll. If you want to determine how we start the show tonight, I'm putting the power in your hands, guys. Literally, this is the first time I'm ever doing this. I'm giving the people. I did it for the people. I'm doing it for the people, man. So if anybody wants to vote in the poll, we got 100 people in here. You determine what we speak on first tonight. I'm putting the power in your hand. No other blogger has ever done this before. No other blogger has done this before, you guys. I am putting the power in your hands tonight. Let's talk about it, man. Hit the chat, hit the poll. Let me know what you want the first topic to be, man. Yeah, got it. Yeah, that album actually sold 136,000 first week. That album actually sold 136,000 copies first week, man. Appreciate you, Joseph. Appreciate everybody for enjoying the stream. It looks like our first topic of the night is going to be Doggie Diamonds and Wack 100. So I'm going to end the poll now, you guys. I'm going to end the poll. This is your last chance to vote. But Doggie Diamonds and Wack are leading by 59% to 41%. So it looks like it's pretty locked in. This is your last chance to vote while I roll up. What's up? What's up? What's up, K Files? Now, note it, you guys. Doggie Diamonds, the king of the interviews. Mikey T, king of the bloggers. What's up, Clarence? Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Definitely appreciate you for tapping in. We got what up, Ba? Appreciate you. Milford, Connecticut's in the building. Major salute to Milford, Connecticut. That's my home state. I'm in Connecticut right now. I'll be here until I go to LA though, you guys. But then we'll just be streaming from LA. It'll be no different. I'll probably be standing up though, to be 100% honest with you. When I get the new crib and shit like that, I'll probably be standing up when I do the blogging from now on. George says Kensington, North Philly. Oh, Kensington's in North Philly? I didn't know that. Smoking on that apple cobbler. Again, a strain that I really have never had. All right, I'm going to end the poll. Yeah, Doggie Diamonds, 61%. Hell yeah. Clarence Thomas, 1999 super chat, baby. Appreciate you, man. And I appreciate everybody who taps in on a consistent basis, man. I appreciate everybody that subscribes and, just stays in tune on a consistent basis, man. I think I got the realest fan base out there. You know what I'm saying? We come on here pretty much every night. I drop interviews all the time. I have a new interview actually out right now with Easy the Block Captain, you guys, and I want you guys to check it out. I want everybody to check out my new interview with Easy the Block Captain. So I'm actually going to put it in the pinned links, y'all, because it's, Easy the Block Captain actually is in the new show Bel Air, put on by Will Smith. And he's one of the dopest new battle rappers out. He's really making his name. But I'm going to put it up there, Easy the Block Captain, for everybody who wants to check it out. If you guys haven't seen the Easy the Block Captain interview, just go check it out, man. I'm going to pin it up. Oh, shit, I'm leaving Carl Thomas up. That's my boy tonight, man. That's my brother right there. 1999 super chat. That's my dog right there. I appreciate it for tapping in tonight, man. Man, this is some gas right here. What's up, Lisa Balenciaga? That's a beautiful name, by the way. It's a really lit name. Troublesome 24K is in the building. Raekwon, top 2 in the battle rap. Yeah, top 2 in battle rap. Yeah. Easy the Block Captain is seriously one of the dopest out right now, man. Like, I watched a lot of his earlier battles and a lot of his more recent battles, and you can just tell what he was ready for. Appreciate everybody. What am I smoking on? I don't got a name for it, man. It was just some gas. I don't got a name for it. It was just some gas, man. So I went over some of what Wack 100 had said about Bobby Shmurda. Wack said that, of course, Bobby was overhyped because he was getting out of prison. Where he went wrong is because he thought the hype meant something. You've got 10 good days. You better give them something to keep talking. The fans of today, y'all don't stick with them. These dudes, they replace them quick. Here one day, gone tomorrow. So Wack 100 dissed Bobby in all types of ways, man. Not just for his dancing. He dissed him because of the fact that he waited too long to release music. You know what I mean? Doggie Diamond said he's like, I listen to everyone talk, and one thing I don't do is kiss everyone's ass or act like it's all good. He said, I had a dialogue with you, Wack, about Bobby Shmurda thing, and I took offense to it because you was defending Adam 22, and you were dead ass wrong in your defense of him because you didn't say all the tweets. So when you said something about Bobby, you called me a bitch ass, and I didn't like that because I said that doesn't mean that Bobby is, and I never said he was, a word I'm not going to say, which is about somebody's sexual preference. I said I was insinuating because I said you was insinuating because I don't. Yeah, he was basically talking about how they were insinuating that Bobby was, not into dudes pretty much. Like, they're making fun of Bobby's dancing, but they're taking it to a level where they're sort of insinuating that, he's not, into chicks. George. Okay, y'all was talking about Easy. But yeah, Doggy Diamonds actually had a dialogue before that Wack 100 would later go on to say that he didn't remember. You know, he didn't remember actually dissing Doggy Diamonds. Doggy brought up the fact that the dude was even following him on Instagram. So right there, that actually says to me that Wack probably didn't remember if they had actually got into an argument. Kind of weird, man. Kind of weird, to be honest with you, that, he wouldn't remember. Kind of makes me question a few things. Doggy continued on. He was like, you can have the mentality, the I don't give a F you on Pyru. We can get down, all that shit you like to do. But I'm just telling you, as a man, you was dead ass wrong. You act like you don't know who I am and you follow me on Instagram. Wack was like, wait, bro, I act like that's weird. I don't know you. If I follow you on IG, I follow like 5 to 10,000 people that I don't mean. That don't mean I know you. If someone follows you on Instagram, it don't mean that they know you. Doggy and Wack started arguing with Doggy trying to make a point, but they were just arguing. So sometimes you really can't hear that because too many people are talking and shit. But Wack said, have we ever met? Nah, clear that up. You don't know me and I don't know you. Doggy came back, that's your problem. You don't know how to shut the F up. And Wack was like, you ain't fitting to tell no real dude to shut the F up. Doggy came back and said, what makes you real? What makes you real? Wack replied, F you. Doggy then said, what makes you real? Because you yell? Because Wack 100 goes on all these platforms and out yells everybody? Just like I was saying, I couldn't even hear the point that Doggy Diamonds was trying to make because Wack 100 was talking. You don't even let somebody finish what they're saying so you can get the full extent of the conversation. You just jump off the rails and say F you or say I don't care or that doesn't apply to me. You know what I mean? Well, if you're trying to be in the music industry, number one, you should care. That's one thing I cannot stand. When these dudes who are in the music industry or they got one foot in, one foot out, or they snuck in because they're managing somebody, like it's when they say that they don't care. You know what I mean? I'm sure you don't care. I'm sure you don't give a shit because everything has been handed to you. Like the game says on the game said it on Drink Champs. He was like, I don't go to award shows. Ever since the first time I went to an award show and Jay-Z and Beyonce were sitting by me and they left and they put models with them, I don't go to award shows because how fake it is. And what is Wack 100 saying on another podcast? He's saying all the award show tickets that they send to the game, they actually send them to Wack. You know what I mean? So everything is literally being handed to this dude. You know what I'm saying? It's literally being handed to the dude like somebody in the industry. When you're somebody around the game, when you're Lloyd Banks, you know what I mean? When you're a 50 Cent, you get handed things, man. You get handed all types of shit. And that's the type of dude who's like, I don't care. You know what I mean? While all of us are here wanting to go to the BET Awards, wanting to go to the Source Awards, wanting special invites to all these places. But then the people who actually get them, they don't care. They don't give a shit. It doesn't mean anything to them. Like, what type of a mentality is that to put off to the people watching you, first of all? You know what I mean? What type of mentality is that to put off to the people watching you in the first place? Like, I take offense to that type of shit. You know what I mean? How hard I work. You know what I mean? The fact that I've appeared on albums. You know what I'm saying? Different shit like that. You know what I mean? Crazy. I haven't tried that Obama runts, man. Yeah, 100. And with all his buddies, loud, you right, won't let nobody talk. That's one of the big things about what's going on with this whole shit. And that's why I kind of respect what Doggy said at the beginning, talking about he listened to everyone talk. You know what I mean? Because everyone is in there just kissing Wack's ass to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Rather than making it an intelligent dialogue, they'd rather just kiss somebody's ass and not really get the right answers. And that's why Doggy, one of the first things he said was he doesn't kiss everyone's ass. You know what I mean? A lot of these dudes who are too busy kissing ass, they're not getting anywhere. whatsoever. You know what I mean? They're not on a podcast platform the next day. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing their thing the next day. They're here today and they're gone tomorrow because they're not really taking this shit serious. But honestly, you can't even put it like that because a lot of them are fans. You know what I mean? A lot of them are people who just want that answer so they can go back to listening to the material that they're hearing. So you can't really put everybody in the box of, being in the industry and shit like that. So let me just take that back as well. Iceberg said, agreed. Interrupting people is mad disrespectful. Take turns talking. It's not that hard to have a damn debate. Wack is always trying to out yell them. Listen, young man. Yeah, that's what I liked when Freaky Zeke actually sunned him. He sunned him the other day when Wack tried to interrupt Freaky's story when Freaky had pretty much told this story for the first time, you guys. You know what I mean? Freaky literally told this story for the first time, and Wack is interrupting him. It's like, dude, sit down and be a podcaster. Sit down and wait your turn. It's not even wait your turn. It's be respectful to the person that you're interviewing so you can actually get the discussion going. Raekwon says, a smart person knows we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Let me see. So Wack said, wait, bro. Oh, yeah, I got there. So where are we at with this? So Doggie came back. What makes you real? F you. What makes you real? Because you yell? No. You don't got to know because you don't know me. Don't worry about what defines me, Wack said. And then Doggie replied, you don't know me. Wack said, I know I don't know you. You just insinuated that we did know each other. So which one is it? Do I know you or do I not know you? And that's where he's like trying to flip the conversation. Doggie said, everyone that you think is real from New York City, ask them if they know me. When Wack 100 says, I don't know you, when you say you don't know somebody, maybe you guys haven't met personally. Maybe you guys haven't shaken hands. Maybe you haven't had a man-to-man, face-to-face conversation and shit like that. But you know who the man is. You know what I'm saying? When you're in this game and you read about somebody, like there's people out there who are like, yeah, I know who Mikey T, the movie star, is. I don't tune into all of his shit, but it's undeniable who Mikey T, the movie star, is. And that shit goes for Doggy Diamonds. That shit goes for anybody in the industry in reality. Like, how are you going to sit there? You're going to say, I don't know you. Okay, you were following the man on Instagram. You obviously came across his page, so you know of the dude. Obviously, he knows you don't know him. Y'all ain't calling each other up and going out to get drinks, calling each other up and going out and shooting podcasts together. Obviously, we all as the fans know you don't know each other like that. But obviously, we would like to think that you know who Doggy Diamonds is. We'd like to think you actually know what the man's work is, but you got to take into consideration that the man, no, I'm not even going to say that because that's just kind of cheesy. I was going to say you got to take into consideration he didn't even know that there was a sequel to 50 Shades of Grey when he suggested that Young Buck star in the sequel. So there are some things that Wack 100 just doesn't know about, and he got called out on a few of them, man. Finally, to his face. So in reply to that, Wack is on the I don't give a F shit. Doggie had said, everyone that you think is real from New York City, ask them if they know me. Wack said, I don't give a F about nobody. That's real. And this is where Doggie really hit him. He said, straight up and down, you do a lot of clown shit. And nobody don't tell you about none of that because of some reason. I don't know. What everybody is all enthralled with you for. Now you might help people, but you have an epped up way of doing it. And how you handle people calling me a bitch ass could be very detrimental to his career. Because look at the man. Wack 100 goes on Doggy Diamond's show. Not Doggy. He goes on Drink Champs, a show that Doggy Diamonds has been on. And he legitimately is there acting like an idiot. You know what I mean? What Doggy Diamonds was proving he was in this chat, but he was there acting like, getting a little bit crazy with Nori. And Nori was obviously getting annoyed by it. I'm not going to sit up here. I didn't write down the parts where Nori was getting annoyed by Wack 100. But I think if anybody watched Drink Champs, they should know that he was getting annoyed by Wack 100. I could see that just from the viewing. Nori was trying to get back to his interview with the game, but it was being taken. The game, Wack 100 at one point. Okay, there's one point I do remember. Wack 100 was like, "This is a conversation with me and you," and Nori was like, "This is a conversation with me and the game." Like, sorry, man. Like Wack 100 just kind of like bombarded his way onto that set a little bit. A bit. I mean, it was obvious that Nori wanted him to come up and they wanted to address everything that was going on with Meek Mill. You know what I mean? But it threw Nori off a little bit. So saying things like that, like having this issue with Doggy Diamonds, I don't think a lot of the fans are going to take to it. And I don't even think a lot of the people in the industry are going to take to it, man. You're making an ass out. Wack is making an ass out of himself to somebody that has a lot of friends in the industry, but he's got the 6ix9ine check, so he doesn't care. But he gets exposed for that in just a little bit. So Wack tried to get Doggy Diamonds off the channel saying next and next and next. But Doggy said, "This is the shit that you do in every room. This is what you do. You play games." Wack said, "You just said it could be very detrimental." I said, "Leave it right there." Doggy came back. He goes, "What does detrimental mean?" Wack said, "It means it's a threat." Doggy said, "This is the problem with you. You're going to run into the same problems." Wack said, "You don't know the problem with me. You don't know me. If I called you that, I stand on it. I don't remember, but if you said I did it, if you're looking for an apology, you ain't going to get it." Doggy said, "I don't want an apology from you." Wack was like, "You just want to talk to me. That's it. I don't want to talk to nobody that called me out of my name." Pretty much like trying to, call out Doggy for wanting to have a conversation with him. This is probably the first conversation that they're actually getting to have, after Wack kind of made those comments about Doggy that went viral. Doggy isn't the type of person that wants to go viral for somebody calling him out his name. Like Doggy goes viral enough. Like he doesn't need to be going viral for some of that dumbass shit where somebody's calling him out on some stuff where he doesn't even really know him. You know what I mean? Because just because Wack 100 knows of Doggy Diamonds, it doesn't mean he's gone through and watched all of, 50 of his interviews. You know what I'm saying? So you could know of somebody, you could be friends with somebody, you could know of somebody and you could really be into their shit, or you could just know of them. You know what I mean? So obviously, Wack doesn't really know his all the work that Doggy Diamonds has put in, or else he wouldn't be doing this. He would probably be trying to bring the game to Doggy Diamonds to promote his Drillmatic album. But that's another thing. That's another hole in Wack 100 ship. When Doggy says like this is the way he does bad business. Wack 100 trying to beef with Meek Mill on Drink Champs. And when he should be trying to get Meek Mill on Drillmatic, Wack 100 totally just ruining his opportunity here and having a conversation with Doggy Diamonds. Like he could have just stepped back and just apologized and then just made an alliance with Doggy Diamonds possibly and had the game come on his show, but he's not thinking right. Like Doggy Diamonds has 3,000, he has thousands of people watching him at one time. You know what I'm saying? So that's another bad business move from Wack 100. All right around the time that Drillmatic is coming. You know what I'm saying? It's really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous on his part to be doing this. Doggy said, "What I'm saying to you is this, and the world can hear it." After Wack had said, "You just want to talk to me," insinuating that that Doggy Diamonds just wanted to talk with him. You know what I'm saying? If Doggy Diamonds really wanted to talk with this guy, I mean, like I'm sure we would have heard an interview years ago. Just being real. Years ago, we would have heard an interview. Finch says, Wack is still trying to prove something. Instead, he just keeps showing people how whack he really is. Yeah, he was called out. He was called out because of the way that people used to think of him. One guy in the chat was like, "Yo, man, when what happened with you and Stitches," he referred to Stitches as the white boy, but I don't know if Stitches, I think Stitches is actually white and Mexican. But he like said, when you did that shit to Stitches, I was messing with you. You know, when Wack, I said it a little bit earlier, before Wack turned into a hood version of Jerry Springer, you know what I mean, or more likely a Steve Wilkos type dude, you know, just because of the different type of material he covers. Jerry Springer was more so just about, dudes cheating on their girl or girls cheating on their girl or some shit like that, and make it like a crazy little love triangle. Steve Wilkos kind of dealt with like the more like different subject matter, the stuff that would make you cringe a little bit, where it's like, okay, man, I'm just going to switch the channel on. That's more of Wack 100's vibe. He's more of the Steve Wilkos vibe than the Jerry Springer, to be 100% honest with you guys. But let's see. Wack is like, someone chimed in actually and was like, all I know is that man defended Bobby Shmurda and he did his time like a man, and you defended rats. Wack replied, y'all concerned about what Wack does. Doggie said, nobody is concerned. Don't you understand? Wack went on, why are you concerned about what Wack do? You just want to talk with me. I guarantee you tomorrow you're going to have this clip on your YouTube page. Doggie goes, now you know I have a YouTube. Doggie asked Wack, what is the purpose of always bringing people's paperwork out? And before we get into that, which is pretty much, the 6ix9ine portion of this conversation, I just want to say, like, Doggie Diamonds isn't the type of person that needs to go and have a conversation like that, arguing with somebody to put it on their YouTube page. He's really got Doggie Diamonds confused when it comes to that, because there are those type of bloggers out there who just do that. You know what I mean? They even go and they record other people's arguments and put it on their page. No, Doggie Diamonds channel isn't like that. So I'm going to have to go ahead and say this dude absolutely does not know who he's talking to. Because if he did, he would have a bit more, he would have a whole lot more, you'd have a much bigger measure of respect for Doggie Diamonds than to be saying, oh, this conversation's going to be on his YouTube page, and just like every other guy that I argue with on the internet. First of all, man, a lot of the guys that Wack 100 argues with on the internet, they don't even have YouTube pages that are actually probably monetized to the point where they actually have their shit together. You know what I mean? A lot of those people wouldn't want to go and put their company, their blog in jeopardy over having a conversation with Wack 100. It just so happens that Doggie Diamonds can stand up to it. You know what I mean? And Doggie Diamonds' audience isn't going to fall back from working with him just over him going at Wack 100. If anything, I think they're going to respect it. You know what I mean? I'm giving this a whole level of respect. The fact that he stood up, this is the first guy that I'm actually seeing stand up like this and just not, like letting Wack 100 run through it. Like everything that he says is gold. You know what I mean? It's being called out here. And right here is where Doggie's asked Wack. He said, what is the purpose of always bringing people's paperwork out? That was the big thing right there. What is the big thing about always bringing people's paperwork out? And Wack didn't actually know that it was Doggie talking at this point. So Wack replied, I don't harbor any snitches. Paperwork is paperwork. I don't harbor any snitches. You don't harbor any snitches? What? Do I need to clear my ears out or something? You don't harbor any snitches. You just said you made $45 million with a rat. You don't harbor any snitches? You're not just interviewing. You didn't just interview 6ix9ine, Wack. You didn't just go to academics' show and do the job that nobody would do, that Gilly wouldn't do, that nobody would do. You actually interviewed 6ix9ine, and you could have used that to jumpstart your platform, okay? And I think maybe the majority of people would have respected that. Okay, Wack 100 checked 6ix9ine, made sure he wasn't a gangsta. You know what I'm saying? Made sure he knew he wasn't a gangsta. You know what I'm saying? People would have respected that. You could have even went into your whole interview career after that. You might have even been able to hit Charlemagne up and get his job at the Breakfast Club, because it's probably almost time for Charlemagne to move on from the Breakfast Club. He's doing so well. You could have done something like that, Wack, but I'm not anybody's advisor. I'm just the humble blogger, Mikey T, the movie star, the independent blogger, Mikey T, the movie star. But what does Wack do? He pretty much does the complete opposite, you guys. He does the complete opposite. Wack 100 started working with the guy that he just exposed in an interview. But you know what? He did this before, y'all. He did this before. It's just that nobody knew about it before because Wack wasn't as popular back then. Wack was not as popular back then, you guys, when he was in Miami and he was trying to drum up all the rumor, or all the word, I should say, that he was working with the Game and Ray J. He was trying to drum it up so everybody knew about that, so all the people from way back in the day could respect it. Do you guys know what I mean by that? You know what I mean? Because of how much we respected 50 Cent in the game, pretty much as the last class of that hip hop that had come out like that. So he tried to pretty much make everybody from the new generation think that he had something major to do with the Game's career, when in fact, Wack 100 just said in an interview he first got his feet wet in the industry on Sexy Can I, which dropped in 2008. The Game's career was relatively over by 2008. The Game's height was in 2005, the beginning of the year. He sold 500,000 copies in a week. The Game's second album came out in November of 2006. By LAX, shit was arguably over for the Game. Just being real. And I would have to even go look into when Jimmy Henchman went to jail. Yo, don't worry about that, Raekwon, man. Don't worry about that. Finch Bar says Gilly and Wallow kept it 100 in their interview. Well, I mean, Gilly and Wallow wouldn't do anything but keep it 100. You know what I mean? They got Stunt Money said that's a fact, Mikey T. But yo, he got into it. So Doggie asked Wack, like, what is the purpose of always, bringing people's paperwork out? And Wack kind of exposed himself in saying that I don't harbor any snitches, when he in fact is harboring a snitch. Now, whatever deal Wack 100 and 6ix9ine have worked out, it kind of seems to me like a undercover deal. An undercover deal. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't be blocking everybody, bro. I'm not gonna block you, man. But let's just keep on with the conversation, man. But so Wack exposed himself by saying that he doesn't harbor any snitches, when we all pretty much know that 6ix9ine more than likely hired him as a manager. You know what I mean? We all know, you already know, Dan. We all know that Wack 100 is pretty much acting like the shoddy for 6ix9ine right now. But we haven't seen too many moves get made. That's one thing that I'm gonna call the card of. Like, are they going to be able to make moves? Are they going to be able to make moves together? I mean, there's all these rumors of the NBA Youngboy song that we haven't heard yet. You know what I mean? That I don't really think is going to happen. NBA Youngboy even made a post. I think he was joking when he said he was going to do the Island Boy remix. So honestly, man, I don't see it happening. I'm just being 100% real with you guys. So Doggie said, how you not harboring snitches? Some people yelled in after Doggie said that you work with 6ix9ine, so that went pretty much together with Doggie asking, how do you not harbor any snitches? And everybody in the live was like, you work with 6ix9ine. So these are some of the reasons that we don't mess with Wack anymore like that. Like, at first he came into the game on some real respect level. You know what I mean? But he kind of ruined it because he didn't really have that many artists back then. He kind of ruined it when after he punched Stitches, he tried to then manage Stitches. He tried to then manage Stitches, you guys. That was like weird type shit number one. That was weird type shit number one. You know what I'm saying? When he actually tried to manage Stitches after going through that whole thing with him, Stitches really never went anywhere further than that. You know what I mean? Stitches never actually went anywhere further than that. But Wack 100 did. Look where Wack is at now. Wack is actually one of the most notorious managers in the game right now. But I'm still saying we've got to wait and see what Wack 100 can even do for 6ix9ine, because I'm saying he's acting like a shoddy, but shoddy actually did things for artists that got their names out there further. You know what I mean? Example, Skinny from the Nine. When Skinny from the Nine was working with Shoddy, he was never hotter. You know, he lost a lot of his traction after Love Blast, and then Shoddy brought him back up. Shoddy actually made sure 6ix9ine was getting around places. So this is what we're looking for these managers to actually do. Appreciate you, Shoe Prano 27. Love the Sopranos, man. Definitely appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you for tapping in. That's right. No negative energy in the chat. Appreciate you, Raekwon, for setting the trend with that shit. Y'all, yeah, man, we don't got to hate on people just for their opinions. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own opinions. You know what I'm saying? Right. Game trolling 50. Colossal the Don. That's my bro right there. Colossal the Don. Game is trolling 50 with 6ix9ine around 2. You know, let me bring up the fact that 50 Cent was working with the fact that 50 was trying to work with Chief Keef, right? I just was thinking about this the other day. Chief Keef sort of pushed 50 away. I think that kind of made 50 feel a little insulted. You know what I mean? I think that made 50 feel a little insulted that Chief Keef didn't want to go all over the internet and all over every interview and say that 50 Cent was his mentor. You know, so that's why I think 50 actually started, you know, taking on the mentorship with 6ix9ine. You know, they would do the videos together where 50 would act like he was his son going to school. Very, very odd. You know what I mean? See 50 doing that. But and then even 50 had 6ix9ine work with Uncle Murda. Let's not forget about that. You know, let's not forget about that type of shit. So, in all honesty, in regard to that question right here, I was just thinking about that. I think 50 had 6ix9ine around because he felt a little disrespected by Chief Keef, that Chief Keef did not let him be his mentor. So 50 wanted to mentor one of these young rising artists. Just so happened he wanted to mentor a young rising artist that would become a snitch. So it's kind of ironic. Yeah, y'all not going to yell at us on this chat. Y'all ain't going to yell at us in this chat like Wack 100 be yelling at everybody. And that's why Doggie asked Wack. He said, "Are you a gangster because you yell? Are you a gangster because you yell?" You know, that's kind of what your artist 6ix9ine thinks when he would go on his Instagram and do all the videos where he was like, "Yeah, you got to do this." And I'm like, da, da, da. You know what I mean? That's kind of what 6ix9ine was thinking when he would go on all the videos and do that yelling shit. You know what I mean? What is it? Drum up the views for you, Wack? But all right, so let's get back into this, you guys, because Wack had just said he didn't harbor any snitches. So Doggie asked Wack, "Do you bring up other people's paperwork just to justify your actions of effing with 6ix9ine?" And Wack said, "What sense does that make?" What sense does that make? I think it's pretty obvious. When you bring up another rapper snitching, you take away all of the people pointing at your artist. You know what I'm saying? You take away everybody looking at this dude, and now we're looking over here. That's one of the points of it. Like, what is he talking about? When you bring up Pooh Shiesty. Just last week, Wack 100 brings up Pooh Shiesty, you guys. Of all people, good way to detract us. Good way to get our attention sidetracked, Wack 100. What are you doing? You making another Hulu deal? with 6ix9ine. I could not watch that documentary on Hulu if I had a pound of grade A chronic. I'm sorry, I just couldn't do it. Not watching that shit, man. So good luck on your next film. Yep, trying to distract. Shuprano called it right there as well. Like it's pretty obvious, like, but you ain't gonna you should not expect Wack 100. You know what I mean? You should not expect Wack 100 to just come up there and admit it. I mean, who the hell would expect that? Wack is like, what sense does that make? He's like, it makes a lot of sense, and let me tell you how. But then Wack cut him off and says, who's this talking? And Doggie was like, this is Doggie Diamonds. Wack said, I'm not talking to you. Why you still want to talk? You're showing your true colors. Doggie was like, because you're showing how much of an idiot you are. Wack said, you went there. I went there. Leave that where it's at. We don't have no conversation. Doggie replied, the reason why he is showing the other people's paperwork is because he wants to justify his actions with 6ix9ine. When someone says, so when you say that to him, he can say, what about you? You F with Freaky Zeke. Wack came back in and said, I never justified 6ix9ine. And then Doggie said, so what are you doing then? Wack said, it don't matter. It's my business. Why are you worried about it? Listen, do you not bring everyone else's paperwork out? Why are you worried about it though? You just said F me. I said F you. Me and you got no holler because I'm showing everybody in the room you justify your bullshit with bullshit. Doggie Diamonds calling Wack 100 out on everything he's been doing lately, guys. He's calling him out. Wack said, I never justified 6ix9ine. Wack said, it doesn't matter. It's my business. Why are you worried about it? This actually led to another part of the conversation where Wack was like, how am I justifying it? Didn't nobody find out I was working with 6ix9ine? I announced to the world that I was working with 6ix9ine. Doggie said, you didn't think we was going to find out what you was doing? Yeah, basically, if Wack had tried to lie about it, people would ultimately see where the records were released from. People would ultimately see who was behind 6ix9ine, just like we found out who Shotty was in the beginning. So that's why Wack 100 was very forthcoming with it. And when he lost a lot of his fan base. And I'd have to say all of his fan base actually questioned what he was doing, but he must have lost a percentage of his fan base. But why doesn't he care? He does not care because of that almighty dollar. I would have to say Wack 100 must be one of the highest paid managers right now in the industry. But like I said a few minutes ago, when is that work going to show? When's that work going to show? Or is the work 6ix9ine being able to go to a Wawa without security? Is that where the work is? Is the work 6ix9ine being able to go buy a pack of bubble gum without needing $10,000 worth of security to walk him? Is that where Wack 100's money is being? Is Wack 100 like Jeffrey from Bel Air with 6ix9ine? Nah. We're expecting Wack 100 to do things on a level of music with this dude. But when is it going to start? Is it really going to go anywhere? When 6ix9ine stops paying him, will he start dissing 6ix9ine? These are all things that we're going to have to look out for in the future, you guys. These are all things that I think we will more than likely see and play out in the future. Need everybody to share this video. And then Wack said, there you go. Nobody had to find out. I told the world what I was doing, and it don't matter. It's what I'm doing. I don't know you. Anything I do has no effect on you. Doggie's like, how can you talk about who is a snitch if you F with one of the biggest snitches in hip hop history? That's the biggest question right here. Like, why are you going to continuously talk about snitches? Why are you going to expose people's paperwork when we all know that you deal with the biggest snitch in the game? Now, honestly, man, if that was the role you were going to take, you know what I mean? You should have never started managing 6ix9ine. But listen, the reality of it is, you guys, the reality of it is that the reality is Wack 100 is getting the biggest check that he ever got in the game. Wack 100 is getting the biggest check that he ever got since getting into the game. I mean, I don't know how much y'all think he was getting for the game when they all went to E1 and they barely moved any units. Well, they moved some units. I'm tripping, y'all. They moved like 100,000 units a few times. Appreciate you, Tito. Appreciate you for tapping in. Yeah, Dan, you got to look at it from both sides of the spectrum, man. What's up, Zion Near? Yeah, the Little Peep. Little Peep is definitely a doper artist than 6ix9ine. That's just my opinion. But yeah, shit, I just appreciate y'all for the comments, man. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Hit that like button. We got 130 people in here. Need y'all to hit that like button right now. All right, you guys, I might be posting the most obvious poll. This might be the most obvious poll that I've ever posted. So someone actually said to Wack 100, after Doggie Diamond said you F with one of the biggest snitches in hip hop history. Someone chimed in and said the whole point is you have no morals. Wack said Wack does what Wack wants to do. I've always been like this. Guys, and let's talk about that. Let's be honest. Wack 100 messed with Suge Knight. I don't want to, kick a dead horse here, continue to beat a dead horse. Wack messed with Suge Knight, you guys. He messed with Suge Knight when nobody would touch that man. Pause. You know what I'm saying? He messed with Suge Knight when nobody was really effing with him. He was driving around with Suge Knight. And it's kind of crazy because Doggie Diamond said to him, "You don't know how to keep your effing mouth shut." And then I got a feeling that's something that Suge Knight has probably said to Wack 100 at one point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're used to hearing that, Wack. You were riding around with Suge Knight, probably sitting there in his car while he was on the phone for half the day. I can't tell you, it doesn't get any worse than being around somebody who's just on the phone the whole day, not paying any concern to you or any attention to what you got to say or even creating any dialogue between the two of you. So Wack 100's right. You know what I mean? Wack 100 has always done what Wack 100 wanted to do. I mean, shit. Wack 100 was hanging around Suge Knight when he was at the most worst part that he had ever been in the industry. He hung around Suge when people would diss Suge, about half as bad as they're dissing 6ix9ine right now, y'all. What's going on? DC is in the building tonight. What is good? Sean Baglife in the building tonight, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. I want everybody to vote in the poll. Did you lose respect for Wack 100 over 6ix9ine? That's what I want you guys to vote in the poll. Definitely appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight. And that last line that Wack said about Wack does what Wack wants to do, it's true in regard to, like, look at the things he's done. He was working with Ray J when nobody wanted to work with Ray J. He was working, yeah. People didn't think Ray J was gonna come out with Sexy Can I. You know what I mean? They thought it was over for the kid. He was working with the Game after his breakup with 50. Throw it back, 10 years before that, this dude, or a few years, 5 or 6 years before that, 7 years before that, he's running around with Suge Knight, the most hated person in the music industry. So yeah, I don't put it past this dude to be hanging out with some of the most hated people. But you know what? You want to know what's different? When he was with Suge Knight didn't have the meal ticket. He's running around now with a guy who's got that meal ticket, baby. It's like I remember being around this famous dude, and he was telling me, he's like, man, Mikey, he was just telling me how rich his friends used to be. And I was like a really good friend of him, and he was telling me how rich his friends used to be. And I'm like, yeah, but we're still friends, dog. You know what I mean? But in all honesty, man, like Whack 100 was hanging around Suge when Suge probably didn't have the money that, Suge used to have. So what luxuries could Whack 100 really enjoy? So when you're riding around with 6ix9ine and he is in the middle of, still having all that money from a $13 million deal and his streaming money that he got, and I don't really know what he's doing now, but right now Whack 100 is actually with somebody that had flourished at a point. Is he going to be able to save his career? I don't know. Don't know. Um, 6ix9ine already kind of let it go. I mean, he sold 50,000 units and he filmed a couple music videos for what? 10, 20, $30,000 each. Probably the highest thing he had to pay for was the Black China feature. You know what I mean? Or the appearance, I should say, because she didn't rap. Yes, Iceberg. Whack 100 is sort of like a gangster version of Steve Harvey. But if it was celebrity boxing, I would still take Steve Harvey over Whack 100. Whack. Anthony says voted, but I believe Whack see the money to be made, but don't care for real for the most hated kind of like Deion Sanders chasing a ring, F a team. Yo, Anthony, who was the team that Deion Sanders started with, but then he left to go get the ring, bro? I'm interested to hear that. Never really heard about that. It's Bama said Suge Knight had it all and lost it. Yeah, but I agree, Anthony, Wack sees the money that is to be made or the money that they've already made to a certain degree. You know what I mean? He sees the money to be made. He really didn't have too many other artists that were really just going to mess with him like that. It didn't seem. I mean, Mimo 600, you guys, like, I mean, come on. There's a very big difference to the deals you can go get with this guy compared to that guy. I don't really think there's any deals that you could go get with the other guy. You know what I mean? Like, everything is going to be on some come up shit, which is why Mimo was going to be sent on tour with Blueface. Don't even know if Blueface is going on tour anymore, especially with that case he got. That was supposed to be a European tour. So, like I said, that shit was up in smoke, anyways. Little Kim, what was you talking about, bro? Atlanta. But yeah, man. So that pretty much covers that topic. But we gotta that pretty much covers that topic, you guys. So we got to talk about the baby and Calboy, man. Calboy, man, he went ham on these dudes. Calboy went ham on these dudes. And Cowboy's a pretty dope rapper. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? I really like the combination of him and King Von. I also, you know what I mean? Him and King Von were rocking it together. I think this guy would have been next up, but there's a bunch of dudes who, like I said, the way that these dudes from Chicago were coming up in comparison to the way that we saw Little Dirk and the way that we saw, Rondo number 9 come up, and you know what I'm saying? The way that we saw these guys come up, they didn't have the budget. like the way that the new guys from Chicago have, because all these new videographers, hot videographers are like, yo, I want to go work with that new Chicago artist so I can prove my worth in the game and I can charge everybody else around the country $1,000 to do a video. Well, Calboy actually spoke, and we're going to talk about that, man. He went on an Instagram live. He went on an Instagram live rant. He actually posted a bunch of things. He actually posted a bunch of things on his social media as well. The baby actually sent out a long message, basically going at all the OTF guys, basically saying OTF doesn't have their shit together. Yeah, shit was crazy, man, to see the baby actually calling these guys out. Mimo 600, that's to be expected because Mimo's on a little bit of a different level. You know what I mean? The baby, I didn't expect the baby to make a statement like that, man. Dakana Hunter says they need to stop beefing and get money. John Johnson, what's up? Appreciate you for tapping in, man. About to get into the second topic for the night. If you guys have not voted in the chat, vote in the chat right now for the poll. I want to know, did you guys lose respect for Wack 100 over 6ix9ine? Right now, it's 78% yes in the poll. I believe it was the 49ers, Mikey T. Interesting, man. Hope Deion Sanders is doing well. He's got a hell of a show. He's got hella energy, man. And I just wish him the best, man. Wish Deion Sanders the best. Ooter was popping. Appreciate you for tapping in. Ooter says, the baby don't play with nobody. So let's take a look at this message. Let's take a look at these messages that actually the Shade Room was posting them up. Everybody's posting this. The Shade Room, you got Say Cheese, you got Vlad on there. For some reason, I don't think Vlad wants me to put my do interviews on his page. I wanted to put my interviews on Vlad's page like Sean Prez did and that girl Shirley did, but I don't know if Vlad is going to be interested in that. I mean, I sent over a bunch of my interviews and shit. We'll see who ends up picking me up at the end of the day. Or if I just stay independent. I don't really care. You know what I mean? I enjoy doing things on an independent level. But if I end up at a major company, or if I end up, in Spotify or any of these major companies that deal with podcasters, we'll see what happens. But if I'm just here doing it solo, doing it independent, I'm cool with that too, man. Death Row. Yep. Bianca. Appreciate you for tapping in. Let's see. Okay, everything's good on that. Just want to let me see. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. Good Gucci. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing what I do, man. There ain't no stopping this. Interviews. If you guys want to check out my newest interview, it's actually with Easy the Block Captain. It's actually right there. It's right there pinned up in the chat if you guys want to check that out, man. Let me see. So Calboy actually commented on the new album that NBA Youngboy did with the baby. You know what I'm saying? And the dude actually said that he knew that there would be backlash coming. He knew there would be a backlash coming, but like Mimo 600 saying, he did it really to save his career. The Better Than You album, the Better Than You album, the baby and NBA Youngboy. You would have thought it would have been a major hit, right? Calboy said, dude knew it was backlash coming with his decision. Don't act surprised. Don't act surprised. These dudes be doing it for attention. They be doing it for attention. I would think that the baby and NBA Youngboy coming together, and this is just me speaking from an unbiased standpoint, the standpoint of somebody who has watched both of these guys, NBA Youngboy since his early days, the baby since he got famous, but obviously I was there at South by Southwest when he was dressed up in the pamper and all that. But just watching these guys come out and the impact that their careers have had, I really don't think that they're doing it for the attention, the negative attention, you guys. I really don't think they're doing it for negative attention. I think they were doing it to put out some of the greatest music. Now, the album title, Better Than You, or Little Dirk putting up, billboards in New Orleans with spreading the money and spelling out shit with the money, which is kind of antagonizing. These type of things, these marketing things, that's going on between them. But I really look at DaBaby and NBA YoungBoy coming together as something that's a little bit more classic than just doing it for the grab of attention. Both of these guys are timeless artists. You know what I mean? NBA YoungBoy was said to be Birdman said NBA YoungBoy was going to be bigger than Young Thug, bigger than Lil Wayne, I think he said. Yes, Joseph. South by South. We're going to get into it, man. George says, you like that I Don't Call Phone song by Boosie. And George, you heard what Iceberg said. You kind of got to send in a super chat to ask the question. We do the open questions at the end of the night, bro. I actually did a joint on that. Yeah, so Boosie was lethal on that joint. Yeah, and Vaughn actually outsold them. Vaughn's first album actually did 27,000 units, and the sales number I read for his new album are actually 65,000. So he more than doubled his first album, and also looking like he doubled DaBaby and NBA YoungBoy. Maybe they should have waited. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they should have actually waited to release that album. You know what I mean? Especially not on the release date of King Von, for crying out loud. But both of those guys have sales histories of over 100,000 in the first week. So that's why I'm saying I would have thought the level of attention was there. Now, there are some other rumors about DaBaby saying that he made X amount of money off of the album. Haven't read those, you guys, so I'm not commenting on those tonight. I'm just talking more in regard to Calboy actually going at DaBaby over working with NBA YoungBoy. Yo, what's going on? Chase Moolah, appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My guy, my moderator said, run these likes up for Doggie Diamonds and Bobby Shmurda being honorable individuals. Wack can't take nothing from those men. Dianca, sorry if I'm butchering your name. They said the album was named Better Than You, speaking about Vaughn. That's why they dropped it on that day. I think that's reading into it a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna read into it that much, to be honest, like, I think it's more of to do with their cocky nature. Both of those artists are cocky artists. But let's see. Let me get into this next message from Calboy. He actually added DaBaby. Dude added DaBaby. He said, how you got respect for my cousin and the dead, but got a whole tape with the dude dissing him. Respect to me to leave that alone altogether and pray both parties safe if that's how you coming. You a life-size weirdo mascot. Sell your soul and integrity for bread. Sell your soul and integrity for bread. That could go into the statement that DaBaby might have made about making money off of this joint. Or it could just go into the fact that he did an album with NBA YoungBoy right around the time that he's dissing all these dudes, and it's just clearly the wrong time to do it. In that message that DaBaby put out, he did pay respect to King Von. Calboy just has a different way that he thinks DaBaby should go about it. I don't know what Cowboy's relationship is with the baby, but the baby is a much bigger artist than Cowboy. So that says something, it says something right there. I don't know what's going to happen with this situation. Cowboy's coming at this dude pretty hard, as we're going to get into it in a second. You know, I think he should respect the fact that he's paying respect to his cousin. I don't think, well, I haven't heard the album, you guys. If y'all have heard the album, let me know in the chat. Are there any songs on the album that are going at Little Dirk? Because the way that NBA YoungBoy brought up the beef, the way that NBA YoungBoy actually brought up the beef on his album Colors, I didn't expect that. I thought NBA YoungBoy would have been, I thought NBA YoungBoy would have been bigger than that. You know what I mean? I thought he would have realized that's not the way, he ain't the way that he was going to take his projects. Let's see. Hooter says he was talking in general. Yeah, I wouldn't expect NBA or YoungBoy and the baby to actually team up and diss. You know what I mean? All of them guys. I don't think that's something. My bad, y'all. Just had to send the text out real quick. Nike Elliott says it doesn't matter who's the bigger artist. Is this the street guys with street issues and something you just don't do? Period. Uh, I just kind of feel like Cowboy, commenting like this, going at the baby could affect his career. That's why I bring up the fact that the baby is a bigger artist. He could be hindering his career by dissing the baby right now, when he's not even, totally solidified himself. Now, with these record sales, though, it's like, wow, who is the baby anymore? The baby kind of came back to do this album with NBA YoungBoy to drum up some attention for his next album. With all the backlash that the baby's been facing, he needed to do something to pump up, the attention. Like he needed to do something to get some attention on him again. And I guess it's just not working here. If only 30,000 people if only 30,000 people are actually out there doing it. Trench Baby says that's his cousin. You should expect that, though. Right, right. But what I didn't expect is the fact that he's going to come out and say all this when they weren't using the album as a platform to diss King Von, to diss Little Dirk. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think I Hate YoungBoy was actually featured. I don't think that I Hate YoungBoy was featured on this album. Let's see, I'm looking up the album. Where's this Better Than You album? Better Than You with the Baby. Album was released on Atlantic and Interscope, actually, you guys. Let's see. What features? Is there any features on here? No features. It's just the two of them. Wow, they got records like Bestie, Creepy, Syracuse, Count on Me. Yeah, BBL, Little to a Lot. Yeah, so it seems like they've got some cool records to vibe on right there. And who do we got? Yeah, Kentrell, Kirk. Interesting, man. Yeah, it's definitely not on there. So That's where I'm not getting it. It's like, why are you gonna take a shot at a musician for doing a project? You know, he just sort of went crazy. He just sort of went crazy on him. Let me see. I'm just trying to look up because I was listening to some records earlier, and I was just trying to find out the connection. I was trying to see the connection that Cowboy actually has to the baby. The Yo Gotti double album. Cowboy want the clout. I don't really. I mean, sometimes when you have really good music, like Cowboy has a really good sound. Even though some people say that NBA YoungBoy destroyed him on his own song, Cowboy has a really good sound. But sometimes when you are really dope, your music will go a little bit unnoticed. You know what I mean? So that's why it's kind of like foreign to me. It's kind of foreign to me the fact that he's calling out NBA young calling not NBA calling out the baby. I'm gonna just do a simple Google search here. Yeah, yeah. And to react it, let's get into the rant though. Hold on, I think I got one more message to read here. Maybe y'all misunderstood. This is Cowboy on his Instagram. Maybe y'all misunderstood. I ain't bothered about a collab. This just said nobody gonna make him pick sides. When you dropped, you picked a side. Y'all dropped the same day to battle for sales. You know what's going on here. Y'all coming and victimizing that, capitalizing off drama. Yep. Wow. So basically, he's saying it's not necessarily about the fact that they did an album together, which is what I said would be a little bit ridiculous if it was just about the fact that they made a artistic decision to do an album together. But it's about the fact that they went up against King Von. They probably cost King Von at least 15,000 sales by dropping the album that day. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of the baby should have put a no, a hard no on that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the baby was using this as an opportunity to boost some sales and generate some interest in his next solo album because of all the public backlash he's been facing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I looked at this as. You know what I mean? But maybe I just look at things in the way of like a Dame Dash kind of way. You know what I mean? Maybe I look at things in too much of the way of an A&R, but I would have thought this would have been perfect for the baby to actually capitalize and get the general public interested in him again. But he's managed to screw that up by releasing on the same day as King Von. Absolutely bad decision. That is a horrible decision to make. You just sabotaged your own album. What is this man thinking, you guys? The baby, he's the bigger. Actually, you can't say the baby is bigger than NBA YoungBoy. They're of a similar stature. You know, NBA YoungBoy is supposed to drop his last album for Atlantic. You know, they They said that NBA YoungBoy was going to go to work on his album after dropping two. Let's see. Let me see. What this chat say right here? Finch says the baby is trying to do anything to hold on to his career. I don't think he's beefing. He just F's with whoever is hot at the moment. Yeah. Yeah. The baby was trying to go and make an artistic album. I think both of those guys are pretty artistic, even though people really be going at the baby for his sound. You know what I mean? They're like, "Yo, I don't really understand what you're saying." You know what I mean? Shit like that. I still think the baby makes NBA YoungBoy makes some great music, and the baby makes music that is obviously really good, but he's facing quite a bit of backlash right now, and he's kind of been hit by the cancel culture, which is why I think not many, another reason why not many people bought this album. It just didn't work. They should have kind of packaged it a little bit different. I haven't even really seen any music videos on the internet to promote this, but obviously NBA YoungBoy is, he's kind of in a situation where he is on house arrest, so he can't even record music videos like he would want to. But let's get into this rant, man. Cowboy said, "I'm not on O Block. I'm not none of that shit, boy. On folk, you know what's going on. This is the perfect time to make you some money in the height of the smoke. You a fan. You a clown too. You don't got to be fans of me. They're clowns. The same. Let me address that. Let me address that right there. Because he said, this is the perfect time to make you some money in the height of the smoke. Well, that kind of backfired. That actually kind of backfired when it comes to them releasing this album. Because look what happened. Their album's going to sell 30,000 units. They wanted to release it the same week as King Von, and it totally backfired on them, man. The game isn't really trying to hear that shit right now. Right now, we want to hear the King Von. You know what I mean? Right now, we want to hear the first album from King Von after his passing. No disrespect to these guys. You know what I'm saying? Even though I do not really like what NBA YoungBoy did on his last project, Colors, where he had Quando Rondo come on there and rapping about the whole incident with Little Tim. I thought that was in bad taste. Just my opinion as well. But, this whole situation here, let's get back into it because he gets a little crazy here. He says, "You don't got to be fans of me. They're clowns." The same dude ran around South by Southwest in a diaper. He put it out there that the baby was running around in a diaper, you guys. Some dudes wear muscle suits. Same dude wearing muscle suits and putting everywhere he do. I done whooped people's ass and at shows and didn't post shit. Oh, that's what it said. I'm sorry. Same dude wears muscle suits and posts everything that he do. I done whooped people at shows and didn't post shit. The street will tell you. Whoever booked me, y'all know we rock. Got that bitch rocking every time. Nothing made the internet because we real steppers. Calboy went on and said, "Since when did someone run to the internet for validation?" This is his opinion based on y'all mad about comments y'all on and did nothing to put people on the streets. Y'all bitches, for real. I've been doing this. The baby was running around in a diaper. You been sold your morality and your integrity. Now you tough? I got real war scars. What is you talking about? He said this dude is running around in a diaper. He's referring to the fights that we've seen the baby involved in that have been posted on social media. That most recent one that happened at the bowling alley. You know what I'm saying? We do see a lot of the baby shit posted on social media. And I'm not going to comment on all of that. Hit that like button, y'all. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Bianca says, "Bruh, Colors was just absurd." Yeah, I sometimes when these artists do shit like that, it's in bad taste. You know what I mean? Like what Black Youngster did after Dolph passed, filming his video in the graveyard. Like that shit's in bad taste, man. Like, I don't give a damn if you got a line in your song about a cemetery. With everything that's going on in hip hop right now, go film your video somewhere else. Go choose a different treatment for your video. You know what I mean? Like, shit's kind of crazy. I don't know, Bama. I don't know, Bama. I think that 6'9", 6'9". I think that Black youngster's actually gonna get another opportunity. It seems like Yo Gotti's rocking with him. Um, I'm not really sure how the Cocaine 11 series was working. Is that something that Black youngster was featured on? I'm not really sure. Just because I never really was in tune with all those CMG albums, just to be real with you guys. I was more in tune with the Yo Gotti albums and the solo albums that they put out and shit. You know what I mean? Black Youngsta has had 2 solo albums so far. Second one, I didn't really understand. I'm not gonna lie. The first one I was locked in with, but the first one was called like 223, and the second one was called like I'm going to church or something like that. So let me get back to this, man. So it finally came back on the baby about him wearing Pampers, man. It's pretty crazy that it came back on the baby for wearing those Pampers at this time. You know what I mean? I really didn't think Calboy was gonna bring that shit up after I read his first posts. You know what I mean? After I read his first post, I really didn't think he was gonna bring up that shit about the baby actually being in Pampers. But the fact that he did, he went on a rant. He must have been talking with some of his homies, and they were like, "Man, you're beefing with this dude who is, you know what I mean? You're beefing with this dude who is literally wearing Pampers. He did that to make his career." But I was talking more in regard to like who's featured on the CMG albums. Like when Yo Gotti releases the double album for the CMG tape 11, is that just a Yo Gotti album or is that actually all the artists from CMG is what I'm wondering. Definitely a dope live tonight, man. But you know, every single night I bring you guys a dope live, man. You know, this shit right here, man. We got to cover the news. We got to drop the interviews. If you guys did not see my interview today with Easy the Block Captain, I want you guys to check that out, man. It's a really dope interview. I've got it pinned up right now. And I'm going to end this poll so we can start another one. So if you guys want, I'm going to give you about 1 more minute. I'm going to give you all about 1 more minute to vote in the poll before we lose respect for Wack 100 for dealing with 6ix9ine. I want to know. Hell, probably a lot of people didn't even know about Wack 100 before he did that interview with 6ix9ine. Take that into consideration, man. Take that shit into consideration. But it looks like we got the poll here. 78% says yes, they did lose respect for Wack 100, and 22% says no. Appreciate you, Uter. Yeah, you already know, man. I got to come on here on these live videos and entertain the people, give y'all a good show. When it's real, you do it with or without a deal. And if anybody doesn't know, you know what I mean? If you're just tuning in for the first time, I pretty much go over the hottest topics in hip hop on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Whether it has to do with NBA Youngboy or Little Dirk or DaBaby or The Game or 50 Cent or salute to Doggie Diamonds. You know what I mean? Because it feels good to support another blogger out there, another king doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? The king of the interviews, Doggie Diamonds. Feels good to support some. Well, feels good to see him stepping up for, everybody in reality, because there's a lot of people that wanted to say that shit to Wack. You know what I mean? They didn't have the right words to say it. Not everybody can articulate like Doggy Diamonds the way that he got it out, even though the Clubhouse app is crazy. A lot of the time you can't really get all your shit out on there. He found a way to get it out though, man. Neo Knight, appreciate you for tapping in again, man. He said, I can't say that I lost respect for a man that I never knew, but I can say that he moves funny and I can't F with any of that type of energy. I hear you, man. I hear you on that Neo Knight. Yep. I just meant more in regard to like when we're watching these people in the music industry, like say, like a Jay-Z or a Nas, and when they make certain moves in their career, it affects the way we respect them as an artist. That's sort of really the way that I mean it, you guys. Like for instance, the when Young Buck got kicked out of G Unit, or when the Game got kicked out of G Unit, even different shit like that, you guys. But I'm gonna open it up now. We're gonna do some open questions. We covered our two topics of the night. I was gonna throw a third topic in, but honestly, we're gonna save that for another night. You know what I'm saying? I got a dope topic. I'm gonna save it for another night, though. Open questions right now. If anybody wants to ask about either of our main topics, if you're just tuning in and you didn't see any of the main topics, or if you just have a question that is unrelated. If you just have a question that's unrelated, this is your opportunity on the show to ask some open questions. Scarflex, appreciate you for tapping in, man. If anybody watching right now is not subscribed to the channel, I want you guys to Scarflex, when I say ask questions, I don't mean those conspiracy questions, bro. But if anybody watching right now is not subscribed to the channel, subscribe right now, hit that notification bell so you never miss any of my videos. Turk 182, appreciate you for tapping in, man. Dark Low, from what I'm seeing on the internet, I have not heard from Dark Low in a little minute, you guys, since he actually got locked up. But from what I've seen, Dark Low has a GoFundMe set up so he get a proper lawyer to actually get a compassionate release. Jay Wavy, salute, my brother. Appreciate you for tapping in. Major love on the tap in tonight. I gotta ask, man. I didn't ask earlier. I want to know. I mess with y'all, man. But what's everyone smoking? That's what I want to know. What's everyone smoking on tonight? Let me know what y'all blazing up, man. You already know, Turk. Appreciate you, E-Bell. Major salute. What up, AW? Appreciate you for tapping in. Bubble Gum Kush. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I want to know what everybody's smoking, man. George, how did you get that loud ass 32% shit, man? Caleb. What's poppin', Caleb? I've been seeing you comment tonight. My bad, I've been missing them though, bro. Appreciate you rocking, man. If anybody watching tonight is not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe, man. I'm on here literally every night doing the hottest news, whether it's controversial, whether it's album sales, whether it's new news, you know what I mean? We pretty much cover it all on the channel, man. Or interviews, man, or watch-alongs, honestly. I've been doing some watch-alongs on some of my old interviews. Apple Cobbler. Who the hell has weed in the chat that has over 32%? I'm wondering. Gushers. What did you say, Jay Wavy? Tonight it's the Maui? Is that what that says? It's the Maui? My man Bam was on that THC vape. Okay. I hear you, Uter. That shit be hurting your pockets when you're buying that shit that costs like $500 an ounce, I bet. You know what I mean? When you're buying that shit that costs like $450 an ounce, that shit does be hurting your pocket on the real. That's why I started buying a lot of the pre-ground. You know what I mean? Because they had a bunch of the pre-ground available. It's like literally a quarter of the price. You know what I mean? Ooh, Ebel, smoking on that wedding cake indica. I'm a big wedding cake guy, man. Only thing is, you can't really find some wedding cake that actually hits too hard. You know what I mean? Like I want some wedding cake that is lit. You know what I mean? But literally, I really can never get it. So um I do like what is it? What was I gonna say that I like over wedding cake? Ah, Girl Scout cookies over wedding cake, you guys. All right, we got an interesting poll I'm gonna do, you guys. I got an interesting poll. I think you guys are gonna like this poll. Well, I hope you like this poll. Oh, damn. Damn. I can't believe I'm disrespecting Tony Yayo like this, man. Damn it. I could not fit Yayo in the poll, you guys. Jay Wavy, appreciate you. Cereal milk is dope. Cereal milk is really good. Guys, I want everybody to vote in the poll right now. Everybody vote in the poll, man. Favorite member, best member of G Unit. I'm sorry I could not fit Tony Yayo in there. That's damn disrespectful on my end. Tyson, you are hilarious, man. Tyson, you are hilarious. Yo, everybody share this video for me right now. Hit that like button for me right now. All y'all hit the like button if you haven't yet. I want everybody to vote in the poll. Best member. Yeah, I should have took out 50, right? Because it was like G Unit members. He's like the leader. Ooh, Neo says he's not really well versed. But who's your favorite though, man? You didn't buy no G Unit solo albums besides 50s? Then I guess 50 would be your favorite. Jay Wavy says Banks was the lyrical one at a G Unit. Well, Banks actually has the second most percentage in votes. Nobody has voted for the game yet. Tyson says game was David Lee Roth. I really don't understand that joke, Tyson. I'm sorry, bro. I'm really not understanding that joke, bro. Caleb, who did you vote for in the poll? Who's your favorite G Unit member, man? Oh, shit. Game and Young Buck are tied. 7% for Game and Young Buck. Neo says, okay, I picked Banks. Nah, not 50. Banks killed the mixtapes. Game just wasn't around long enough. Well, well, you could obviously consider Game after G Unit as well, man. Kenny Mac says, Wack is whack. Well, yeah, no, we couldn't fit 6 people in the poll. I was going to add in Kid actually. I was going to put Kid in there. I was going to put Kid in there as well as you know what I mean? I was going to put Kid in there as well as Tony Yayo. Till the end is cool. Banks' first album, Hunger for More. Banks' first album, Hunger for More, was dope. It's Bama says, when the Get Rich or Die Trying album came out, I was hooked. I was hooked to some 50 Cents. Go Shorty, it's your birthday. Yeah, we were banging that album. My brother had a 1999 Toyota 4Runner bumping him 12. Send in your questions, y'all. If anybody has any questions, man. William says, what's good, Mikey T? Young Buck's first album was a classic. You are not wrong about that, man. The second album was pretty good as well. I'm a Buck the World guy. You know what I mean? I liked a lot of the records he had on there. But Shorty Wanna Ride is, I guess, what really propelled Buck's second album with the sales. But he had a lot of classics on there, man. Black Gloves, Bonafide Hustler. What else did he have on there, man? Haters. No, Haters was on the second album, wasn't it? The second album was great. Haters, know you're gonna do wrong. Buck did it. Buck was good, man. Buck only has 5% in the chat though, guys. So go vote in the poll right now. If you guys have not voted, if you guys didn't, hold on, how do I make it go that way? If you guys did not vote in the poll yet, go vote in the poll right now, man. Shorty want to ride with me? Yeah, Uter. That's what took Young Buck to the next level, having that crossover record. Unfortunately, he didn't have a crossover record for Buck the World. He did have a joint with Linkin Park, but 50 Cent didn't market that. I thought that was a major missed opportunity. Young Buck had a record with Linkin Park. It was literally right after Jay-Z had done Collision Course with Linkin Park. You know, the thing where they merged the sounds of their albums. Well, Young Buck was the first one to make them actually have a song together. Yeah, I remember all that shit, bro. I was a part of it, man. That's why I'm on here talking today, man, giving my perspective on this type of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been here long enough, doing it long enough. You know what I'm saying? Guy Wack 100 said that Young Buck should act in a movie that had already come out. Good God. Good God. Some people just don't remember what happened in history. Oh, Cheers versus Straight Outta Cashville, Mikey T? Cheers versus Straight Outta Cashville. Well, let's be honest. Cheers was a pretty good album. I'm trying to think what was better, Cheers or Second Rounds on Me. I really like that Snitch record that Obi Trice had with Akon, and I believe that was on the second one. But he had on Cheers, he had a good record with Nate Dogg as well. He had the Setup with Nate Dogg. He also had Shit Hits the Fan, who was on with Dr. Dre. So this album was no slouch. He also had We All Die One Day with Lloyd Banks and Eminem and 50. So he had a lot of records on there. I'm trying to see if there was another one that I actually liked. No, I think Cry Now was from his next album. Nah, it was Don't Come Down. So yeah, that album was really good. That album was really good. The Cheers album was really good. But compared to the Young Buck Straight Outta Cashville album, let's see. Let's see how it compares, you guys. I'm going to do a little breakdown here. So Buck has 50. He has David Banner and Little Flip on Welcome to the South, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really didn't like that song. I really didn't like that Welcome to the South song. Prices on My Head was all right. Bonafide Hustler was the standout. Shorty Wanna Ride was the song that really blew him through the roof. Bang Bang was really good. Thou Shall was really good. Black Gloves was really good. Stomp was really good. Don't Remember Taking Hits. Walk With Me was really good. So yeah, Young Buck's first album was better than Obi Trice's first album, even though he had the people on it, like Dr. Dre. You know what I mean? Like the classic record, like We All Die One Day, where it's like, you know, kind of like a group record and shit. Even though and the Nate Dogg assisted single, which I don't think Young Buck has a better song per se than the Setup. I don't think Young Buck has a better song than the Setup. Walk With Me was really good. You know, I like the way the hook came off and it was like, walk with me. You know, the fact that I can still remember that. They're like, Mikey, you're thinking of Footprints. Neo says, not gonna lie, I wasn't heavily into G Unit. I was a Dipset dude. G Unit could have had a more powerful run, but they had too much going on to sustain it. Yeah, they could have really, if they could have kept everybody together, it's like, I guess the rumor is that Jimmy Iovine told them they could have made another $300 million, which is $250 million, right? 50 million over $250 million. Look what Dre and Jimmy Iovine went on to do after G Unit kind of disbanded to a certain extent. $50, 54%. Obviously, The Game, 4%. Wow. Lloyd Banks, 36%. And Young Buck, 7%. So Young Buck is in third. Kenny, when did Eminem come into the play? Neo says Jimmy was probably right. Yeah, probably, man. You know, I think that G Unit would have had a string of really good albums had they all stayed together, man. But yo, I really appreciate everybody. Yeah, Beg for Mercy was a classic. I really appreciate everybody tapping in. I'm gonna post it, man. Last questions. If anybody has any last questions, let's do it. Last questions, last round, everybody. Zainier, what was the song called? We Made It. Tell me the artist on it so I can remember it. Bama says, me, I brought it up. Appreciate you, Bama. Appreciate you, Bama, for bringing up great topics, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in to these live videos. You know, when we talk about anything, y'all be tuning in and giving me your input. It adds to the conversation. You know what I mean? So just hit that notification bell so you don't miss these live discussions that I'm doing. Also, the notification bell will bring you right into my interviews as well when I drop them. Like, I have this interview with Easy the Block Captain that I want you all to check out. I think it's one of my best pieces of work, you guys. I think it's one of my best pieces of work. My favorite artist right now is without a doubt Lil Durk. Lil Durk is my favorite artist right now, man. I know NBA YoungBoy, he's got him on a couple levels when it comes to record sales and shit like that. But my favorite artist, you know, is Lil Durk right now. Lil Durk really, I think he had the better diss track of the two. Why? Because Aha is not a record that you just consider a diss track. That record is like, it's just a cool joint, you know, that you can listen to. I wouldn't be shocked if a couple clubs played it. Am I a little bit off base saying that? I mean, I've been in a number of clubs, so I would think it would be cool to pop some bottles to that song, to be 100% with you. I think a lot of people would like to, you know, vibe out to that song. Yeah, that's right. I'm rolling up a little something. Gotta roll up another L and shit. But like I said, last questions, if anybody. Let me see. Bama said, yeah, whoever said I got good taste in music, I said I was in the rap game early 2000s, CC Riders. We gonna come songs with the Honeycomb Brazy, Little White. I told him in his last video, oh yeah, Little White, that's what's up. I do believe I read that last time you were in here. But yo, bro, do me a favor and change that picture, man, if you want me to keep posting up your questions, bro. Come on, man. I don't want to keep posting up that dude on my page. Like, who are you bumping now? Like I said, 2021, I was really bumping the Dark Low albums. He gave us 3 albums in 2021. What's some other shit that I've been bumping? You know, this new shit, I'm into the new shit that everyone's listening to. I like to listen to all these guys. Like you got Gunna, you got Young Thug, you got the whole, you know, Atlanta, Atlanta vibe. Um, not so much not so much Rick Ross anymore. You know what I mean? I haven't been listening to his albums really since he dropped the Port of Miami 2. Uh, obviously when Drake puts some shit out, you listen. Drake is a really dope artist. Meek Mill, you know what I mean? Little Uzi Vert, all these artists are dope. Future, I'm really into that Atlanta sound. Like I'm not gonna lie, they got it. Um, the Philly sound, obviously, when I mention people like Meek and Easy the Block Captain, but that's obviously battle rap, but I mess with a whole lot of battle rap. Cassidy, you know what I mean? I mess with a whole lot. Reed Dollars, I mess with a whole lot of those guys because that keeps you entertained. You know what I mean? Hollow the Don, all these dudes, Sue Surf. I was really liking Sue Surf's music a few years ago when he was actually dropping music consistently. I was really messing with Sue Surf's music, but he hasn't been doing it so much lately. Obviously, you got to, my two of my favorites are AR Rab and Max B. That's without a doubt. You know what I mean? AR Rab and Max B are two of my favorites without a doubt. Moneybag Yo Gotti, that whole scene. Rest in peace, Young Dolph, undeniable. You know what I mean? Undeniable. Young Dolph. A lot of those guys I do like, man. Yeah, George Moneybag Yo, bro. Benny the Butcher, obviously. But you know what I mean? Like he has a new album that's just about to come out. So I just didn't want to say it because I haven't been listening to Benny the Butcher like every day. You know what I mean? Some of these guys that you're hearing me say, like when I go for a drive, I'm gonna turn on some Moneybag Yo. You know what I mean? It just puts you in a mood. You know what I mean? But I'm also like the old school type of vibe. You know what I mean? Like I'll throw on some old shit. Like if I'm feeling I want to listen to some Thug Passion by Tupac. You know what I mean? If I'm feeling like I want to listen to some DMX or some Biggie or some Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw these joints on. You know what I mean? I'm gonna throw some of these records on. But yep, okay, okay, yep. All right, thank you. Aha. It is a club song. Facts. I've been in enough clubs to know, you know what I mean, that that's something that people would dance to. Yeah, Little Baby is the shit. You know what I mean? Little Baby is the shit. Like his album, the My Turn album, and then doing that album with Little Dirk. Um, Mikey T, the comedian. Appreciate you, Chris. Appreciate you for tapping in. Yeah, Prodigy was another artist that I loved, man. Like his albums, some of the best albums I ever got the chance to purchase, man. Return of the Mac, HNIC 2. You know what I'm saying? Those were my two favorite albums from him, actually. Oh, we got a confession. Confessions from the Godfather. Confessions from the Godfather. Confession. I wasn't a fan of Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. I did not like the song. Hook, beat, everything about it was just eh. So, Iceberg, you did not like listening to Beamer, Benz, or Bentley in your Beamer. Mikey T is a comedian. Change the picture out, bro. Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. Yo, yo, yo. Appreciate grandson for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, Kenny Mac. Griselda all day. Everybody hit that like button. Let's get 100 likes in here, you guys. I only need 13 more likes to hit 100. The shit helps the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? So hit that like button right now if you want to show support to the channel, man. Yeah, Surf makes dope music. Like I just haven't really been so in tune since his last project, the 725 album. You know what I'm saying? Oh, who doesn't like State Property? Beanie Siegel. I'll name you all the guys, man. Young Guns. Freeway, Oskino, Emilio Sparks, you know what I mean? Young Guns, though, Freeway, all these guys, albums. I had all those guys as albums, you know what I'm saying? Beans, Free, Young Guns. I had all their albums, man. Yeah, I was heavily into those guys, man. Oh shit, yeah, Petey Crack, one of my favorites. But that's back, you know what I mean? That's kind of like back during the chain gang days. You know what I'm saying? That's like actually back when, when I was listening to music back then and shit. And G Unit just kind of got like they kind of like took shit over, man. You know what I mean? They kind of took shit over. But Major Figures, you know what I mean? Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Major Figures and shit for sure. Well, Dutch and Spade, Gilly, Ab Lava, they all really did a bunch of separate things. You know what I mean? They all really went their separate routes with like their careers from being major. It was dope though because they were major figures, and then they actually got an opportunity to branch out. Ab Lava went and did all his shit. He made a relationship with Pusha T and all them. Gilly went down. Suave House, Dutch and Spade broke off from the group as another group. Like, what a way to get a check. You know what I mean? The Bangum Smurf and Domination breaking away from G Unit, but we weren't really talking about all the old shit that I was into. People were trying to ask, like, what's some of the new shit that I'm into? And believe me, you guys, I really love listening to AR Rab and Max B all the time, even from what I'm listening to. Like I like my Young Thug, I like my Rick Ross, my French Montana, but I like my AR Rab and my Max B. You know what I mean? You got the soulful shit, you got the hard shit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the best of both worlds for me. Ab did great music with Clips, Bumpy, RJ Payne. Yeah, RJ Payne's one of the dopest, man. The golden era of hip hop. I was sort of talking about now, man. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cool it, Tyson. Cool it, man. Yeah, Neo, Max B will be home soon. But yo, man, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. We got 90 likes. I need y'all to hit that like button right now. If you guys have not hit the button, hit that shit right now. I definitely appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight, man. You guys are the livest audience, man. And I will be back with more news tomorrow night. But right now, I want y'all to go click on my interview with Easy the Block Captain. I'd appreciate it if y'all go check it out and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm going to keep putting out new content. We're going to stay here doing the watch alongs. We're always going to cover the hottest news in hip hop. I'm your host, Mikey T. I'm about to get out of here, man. I'm about to break down this Dutch. I'm about to roll something up, keep shit moving. We keep shit moving on this side all the time, man. Free to Boston, Max B. That's right, free Max B. I will see you all on the next episode, man. Salute.